In this video today, I'm going to be talking about why we chose layer poultry farming over catfish farming. Yes, so more like I'm going to be sharing a personal story today about what we actually envisioned for our farm initially and what we're currently doing now, what you know me to be doing now. So actually, the initial plan wasn't actually layer poultry farming when we got the land. Rara. It wasn't. I'm sure you want to hear the story, so stick around and see you shortly. Hello, welcome to my channel. Welcome to Poultry with Modupe. My name is Modupe, and if you're seeing my face for the first time, welcome here. Do want to please subscribe on this channel before you leave. Please turn on the notification bell also so you're notified once a video from me drop. And currently I am on this 30-day challenge of dropping one poultry content every day in the month of December. And if you're a returning subscriber, my people, thank you for stopping by again. So like I said, today we're sharing a personal story. You know where our farm is. You've seen the video of my farm a whole lot, right? The initial plan was actually for catfish farming. Okay, backstory. So when the land was purchased, what we thought of was, okay, we're probably going to do catfish farming on that land. Then when we visited the land, we had to do some checks and things changed. So before we visited, after we got the land, okay, another backstory. So what I studied in the university is actually environmental biology and fisheries. But you see that fisheries at the back of what I studied. I don't know if we even say I studied it. Of course, we did a couple of fishery courses in my 400 level. That's my final year. Did you do any fishery course in my 300 level? I don't think so. I can't recall. But the thing was that in my final year, that was when my department, that was when they built their hatchery. Considering that they had even graduated like so many sets before my own sets. But my final year was when we built an hatchery. I think the people in my set who used that hatchery were probably people whose project had to do with raising catfish. Like some people, that was their project work. Mine wasn't that, so I didn't have to work in that hatchery at all. So literally, I had no business at all with the hatchery in my university. So that's that. So when we got the land and the plan was that, okay, we're going to do catfish, I reached out to one of my colleagues in the university. We were in the same class, we did the same course. So I reached out to him like, Eyomio, how far? I want to start catfish farming. And he's doing so well in Akure, Ondo State. Yeah, he's doing wonderfully well there. I think he had even started the catfish farming business before we graduated from the university. So when we left the university, he just expanded and maybe he added some other thing. Yeah, he's in Akure doing very well. So I reached out to him, Padimio, this is what I want to do. So he said, no problem, Monebi, I'm going to come. That once we're ready, once we're going to check the land, he can come check the land also. Maybe he has to do some sampling or testing for us to be sure that it was going to be ideal for catfish farming that we wanted to start. So me, I said I studied environmental biology and fisheries, but I know almost nothing about fisheries exactly. So I started reading about it, checking their feed, how often you feed them, and so I was reading about the feeding routine, the pond construction, the pond setting, how often you feed and all that. I was just getting all sorts of information. Of course, I came on YouTube too to watch some couple of videos about catfish farming. So the thought was actually clear. We're doing catfish and all that. So by the time we visited the land, that was where things changed. Yeah, you see, it's probably one of the reasons why I have advised so many times on this channel that before you even make your purchase, you should visit the land you want to start your business on, whichever business, poultry, catfish, piggery, and all that. Because when you visit the land, I said, of course, we have purchased the land. We had someone purchase the land on our behalf. We had not visited. But when we visited, everything just changed. Everything just changed when we visited the land. Yes. So if you have not subscribed to my channel at this point, now is the time for you to do so. Please click on the subscribe button. Please turn on the notification bell. Please like, please share, please comment, and all the good stuff we do here. So let's continue. When we visited the land, what happened? So the first challenge would be the initial costs and all that for catfish pond. So we've gotten the land. So initially we got like 2 plots of land. Then imagine you now have to build. We're not doing eating pond here because they don't have us. The water in that community is not so. They don't have water. Let's just say that. So we're probably looking at doing ponds, concrete ponds. Imagine the initial cost we're going to use for all that. Maybe imagine building like 5 or 6 concrete ponds. The initial cost was so high. So that's our first challenge. Initial cost of setting up the catfish ponds and all that. So while catfish farming is profitable, we just felt that the initial capital to start it was just too high for us at that moment. And so we just... So then number 2 challenge we had was how to manage our wastewater. You know, catfish, you're going to use have a lot of water, like that you're going to have to take off your farm. So this place, this community where we got the land, there is no water outlet, no gutter, nothing. So we can't just be spilling wastewater on the road. So there was no nearby water source, nowhere we could channel our water through. And doing all that with borehole, it was just going to be so it was just so high expenses and unnecessary stress for ourselves. So that's the second challenge, how we're going to dispose our wastewater. And you know, water is very important to these catfishes. Like, of course, water is more important to catfishes than it is to poultry. Catfish, water is like their lifeline. Yeah. So that was our second challenge. Then the third challenge would be that there was no other catfish farm in that area. So where my farm is, what we have majorly around us are poultry farmers. So when we got there, we got to the land. We're there with someone very close to us who helped in purchasing the land. And it was just like, he just told his friend, Paddy, Abi Ore, maybe you should just consider layer poultry farming, because in this place there are no other catfish farmers. Sometimes you need synergy, you need support from, maybe moral support or whatever from other people who are doing similar projects around you. Imagine we're just there. There are like how many poultry farms not far from us? Close to 10 or thereabouts, not far from us, although they're not in the same location with my own farm, but at least they're like walking distance from us. So imagine that we are now doing catfish. We're the only person. You have a challenge. There's no farmer you can quickly ask questions that, oh, how did you do this here? How did you do that here? So being in isolation is not so great. So that was like the third reason why we had to, let's just leave this catfish farming something and do something else. So then, why did we now go for layer poultry farming? Catfish, layer poultry farming. So why did we now decide to do the layer poultry farming? So that's how we started exploring the option of layer poultry farming. We have gathered so many PDF, so many PDF about catfish farming. We are joined couple of Facebook pages on catfish farming. Watch couple of videos on catfish farming. We now have to go back to the starting board. Then we now have to look, okay, layer poultry farming. But then one thing we discovered is that layer poultry farming, one is that there is simplicity. It actually has a lower startup capital. Layer poultry farming has a lower startup capital compared to catfish farming. If I am wrong, you can please let me know this in the comment section. If you're a catfish farmer, please come to the comment section and clarify us here. So layer poultry farming has a lower startup capital. Another thing layer poultry farming has over catfish farming is that there's consistent income. So of course we always get our birds at 16 weeks. That's 4 months. Then we feed them for about 4 more weeks. We get our egg at probably 19 or 20 weeks. After that, we literally have income every day, because these birds will lay eggs. Like when they are producing, let's say at their maximum production, we're having eggs every day to sell. Unlike catfish farming that you have to wait for a couple of months, feed them, and all that before you start. Oh, you now be checking the weight. Oh, is it up to 1 kg? Is it juvenile? Is it this? No. So layer poultry farming has a more consistent income. Another thing it has is that there's simplicity in the management of poultry farming. So if you know what you're doing, you've gotten it right. Catfish farming, I think, is a lot more stressful. This is me giving a shout out to every catfish farmer out there. I respect you. I respect your resilience, and I pray that your business continually prosper and it gets enlarged, even bigger than your dreams and all that. But then let me stick with this my layer poultry farming I am doing. And then imagine if I was doing catfish farming. The name of this channel will probably be Catfish Farming with Modupe or Fish Farming with Modupe. But then we're here doing poultry with Modupe, and I'm glad for everyone who is there, because of course if we were doing catfish farming, I'll probably have a different audience than I have here. And of course we'll be thankful for the audience we have. But then I'm glad to have every one of you on this channel, because you probably have interest in poultry farming. I'm glad to build this community, this family, with the kind of content I have here, poultry content, of course. So then if you're an intending farmer, you're an intending agriculture business person, and you're not sure what you want to do, I hope that my story helps you with I had to end that call. I hope that my story helps you with clarity, and no, not clarity that you should do layer poultry farming, no, absolutely not, but clarity that you can look at the challenges in the options you have, either farming you want to do. Look at your environment, check if it aligns with your if your community aligns with what you want to do. You know, for me, I said that community, they have water issue, they don't have water source, they don't have gutter, how you can properly dispose your wastewater. We don't want to put that in the community, just spilling the water out in the community. So we have to rethink and do something else. So you can also do this too, if you're on the crossroad on what to do, or just go to the land and of course talk to people, talk to maybe other farmers in your environment, or maybe talk to a consultant and let them help you and guide you, right? And if you decide to go for layer poultry farming, you can reach out to me. We can have an online consultation. I have a 2-hour online consultation that you can book for using the seller link in the description box. So you can book a session with me. Let's talk about your poultry plans and projects. And yeah, that's about my story. Maybe you can tell me your story also. So we see on another video. If you've not subscribed, you should do that now. So we see on day 29, right? Probably going to be wearing the same clothes because I'm doing bulk shooting. Let me just bulk shoot everything and keep here. Bye bye.